now. Anyway, click on the K4PEW, the search block for YouTube, and you'll come up with our beautiful picture of our radio there I'm looking at right now. And that is really close up. It's kind of scary looking. So anyway, you can see us there. You can also see us on our website, 146.415.net, 146.415.net, some information on Simplex and our nets. Or you can go to the groups.iogroups.in the Oscar and look us up under MJSS. Just got a little search thing in there. MJSS from Mount Juliet Simplex Society. Join the, if you haven't already done so, you can join the email list, and you can also look at kind of our format and what we get going for. It's kind of a nice summary there. And let's see what else is next. Or you can send me an email at k4pew@arl.net. And that normally meets at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. And we also meet here periodically at different times of the days and nights, all through the week. One of the most active Simplex, probably one of the most active frequencies here in the Middle Tennessee. Purpose of the net is to have fun. Figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear, and then figure out what you got to do to make it better. And that really has worked for most of us, in fact, a lot of us, including me, to make things better for the shack and for net control. And so far, it seems to have worked out pretty good. Let's look at my radio there. I'm using an 85-watt radio tonight. It doesn't have a fan, and so I put another fan on it just to be sure, because it tends to like a fried bacon on that thing. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events or events in relating to the community in general. I guess the nets we have, the information we have tonight is we have the 146.415.net right now, which you're on and you already know about, which is going to be followed by a 10-meter net on 28.415 upper sideband. And then following that, we have a 10-meter net on 28.415 upper sideband, 28.415 upper sideband. Tomorrow night is two nets of interest. There's a Simplex net in Bowling Green. It's on 146.430, 146.430. Simplex, it's got power and a beam, it helps, but I can hit it here from my location. Of course, I have a gooder elevation, so I can talk to Steve pretty well up there who's net control. And then following that, that's at 7:30. Following that at 8 o'clock is the Wilson County Amateur Radio Club's information net. That's a WC4. So yeah, it's on their repeater, WC4 AR repeater, and that's 147.105. Yeah, and a 156.7 P out, the plus offset. Any other corrections or deletions or additions, please come in. All righty, we got nothing. Today is net number 627 for the last net of the month of September. Today's the 30th, 627. I can't believe we've done 600. I say that every time, but it's one of those things. It seems hard to believe we've done 620. We, people have chipped in here and there, but 627 nets is astounding. We've only done probably 100 and something on YouTube. I'd have to look. We've been doing that for, I don't know, a little over a year, so twice a week for 52 or 60 or 70 weeks, whatever that is. But there's a whole bunch of them up there. I don't know who looks at them later because it doesn't much matter. They're all archived. So if you're interested in what your signal sounded like last year versus this year, you can go back and look. Well, if we don't have any more announcements or corrections or additions or even anybody, breaking the squelch here, I think I got to make sure I'm on the right frequency. Start taking check-ins from the west tonight. It's from the west, and please come in.
4 Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot Mike in Mount Juliet tonight.
Ah, so you're lying about where you are. That's Michael Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot in Mount Juliet. He normally is west though. That's what we're checking. Where you over at your old place?
No, I'm in Mount Juliet tonight, and I'll be here probably until the end of the weekend.
Oh, you're doing that babysitting for the dog or something, aren't you?
Yeah.
All righty. Can you hear me pretty good on 85 watts?
I'm pulling it out.
I'll say that again. You got doubled, I think. What did you say, Mike? Hello?
I'm here. I had a little glitch there. I said I can barely hear you, but I managed to pull it out.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's a real good operator to be able to do that. Again, Michael, KM4YRF. He's here in Mount Juliet. Are you mobile? Is that where you are?
Yes.
Okay, so some people might not be able to hear you. Very good. Who else is west and not lying about it?
KG4 CXE, Chris and Dalton.
All right, we got Chris and Donaldson. We talked just a little bit ago. Sound good tonight, Chris? That's 85 watts. Works good to you too.
Oh yeah, I was thinking I need a little attenuator for your signal.
I'm sure. I'm gonna need a fire hose for this heat sink when I get done tonight. Anyway, that's Chris. Kilo Golf 4 Charlie X-Ray Echo. He's in Donaldson. Who else is west?
Whiskey 4 Echo Alpha Charlie Ditto.
Ah, very good, Alan. You doing all right?
Yeah, pretty much. I was going to get Mike to get on 10 meters so I can check his Drake, but I guess that weeds that out since he's mobile.
Yeah, well, just need to sell him an all mode rig.
He's doing good with the antenna he's got. All right, carry on. Let me get back at it. I'll be listening. W4EAC. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, very good. That was Alan and Donaldson as well. Whiskey 4 Echo Alpha Charlie. Who else is west?
KN4 Will in Nashville.
Hold on, Will. I had Rick in there, real strong in there tonight. There, Rick, are you still at home?
How you doing?
Say again.
I am at home.
Yeah, good. You sound good. I mean, it's a little scratchy, but good, solid audio. Yeah, very good. I'm leaning over to look at my radio, and all I have to do is look at my PC screen here, see the signal. But Rick, you sound good. That's Kilo November 4, Tango Juliet Foxtrot. He's in Ashland City. And Will, who is that? Was that Will I heard? Did I hear Will in there? Anybody west? Please come down.
November 4, Delta Juliet Tango.
Very good. How you doing, Don? How's my 85 watts hitting you tonight?
Pretty good. You have S7. I got some QRM around here, some RFI popped up today. So coming and going in besides the rear ugly head right now. So, but yeah, I got about S5 to S7 with the cramp on.
Yeah, you're doing good. Your audio is fine, but not much of a signal. It's like an S1, I guess, maybe S2 tops. It's only got 5 bars on my on my display here.
Really? Well, hang on a second.
Yeah, it's got 1 bar. That's what it's got. 1 bar on the receiver. So I don't know what that. I'd have to look in the manual, but on this little Alinco, it only has room for those 5 bars.
That's interesting. Well, everything looks good. Power's output's fine. SWR's good. So maybe somebody parked a truck between us.
No, your audio is doing great. I mean, it really is. It's a really strong audio, in spite of just what appearance is just 1 bar. So maybe 1 bar. Let's see if we divide S1 to S to 50 over. How many bars would that? Divide 5 into what is that? So maybe that's S7.
Yeah, I don't know, but as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters, right?
No, it's a good audio. If you hear it on YouTube, you ought to see it. It looks great. If you want to look, it's 9 minutes into the hour. So, all right, that was Don in Bon Aqua. Anybody else west?
KG4 ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Sound good as well tonight, Don. Jack, how are you looking at Don's name? I'm starting to mix the names up here. How you doing tonight, Jack?
I'm doing great. I had 2 clicks on him.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I think that the display here only having 5 doesn't give you much of a range to work with.
Of course, I got you full scale.
Well, 85 watts will do it. That's the crazy part about this Alinco. It's either 85 or 5. Those are your 2 choices, or off.
We're sounding good.
Very good. That was Jack and Donaldson. Kilo Golf for India Lima Victor. Who else is west?
Copy Will, KN4 ZTF.
That was Z what? KN4 what?
KN4 ZTF, Paul. I was trying to copy.
Oh, very good. I did hear Will, and I asked for a recheck-in, but I didn't hear him the second time. Are you still there, Will?
Yeah, I'm here. KN4 ZTF. I walked outside. I'm on my handheld, so I'm not sure how good I'm getting through.
Ah, you're in Nashville on the handheld? Where are you tonight?
Yeah, Nashville, over by Radnor Lake area, so south of Nashville.
Well, I'm telling you, you sound good tonight on the handheld. Is that just a 5 water?
It is. It's a Yaesu ST70DR, but I do have a diamond aftermarket antenna on it.
Is that the real tall one?
Well, about 2 feet, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Now, the one I have is I have a couple of them. They're like, I want to say they're 17 or 18 inches, but yeah, they do much better than the little rubber ducky that comes with them.
Yep, they do. Well, thanks for taking me. K4 DPS.
Very good. That is Zulu Papa Foxtrot, right?
That's correct. Kilo, November 4, Zulu, Papa, Foxtrot.
Where are you from originally, Will?
I've lived in Nashville all my life. Grew up in East Nashville, but live over here in the Oak Hill area now.
The reason I asked that, your voice, your intonations in your voice are very similar to Michael KM4YRF, and I thought he was. When you said, "Did you check him in?" I thought he was telling me about you. I thought it was. I didn't know it was you.
Okay, roger that. Well, yeah, sorry for the confusion and sorry that I was not getting through earlier, but thanks again for taking my call.
No, very good, Will. You're doing fine, man. A very good signal in here to me tonight. It's Kilo November 4 Zulu Papa Foxtrot Will, and he's in Nashville, Radnor Lake area on a handheld, so doing fantastic to me. Who else is west? I heard a click, but nothing else. Anybody else west? Going to the south then.
Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor.
You got to try a handheld one of these days, Larry.
I might give it a shot sometime.
I'll make you climb the tower though. How's that?
I ain't got no hooks.
All right, very good. That's Larry, always with a great signal from Rockaway. Good to have you in there as always, Larry. Who else is south?
W4 Alpha Zulu. David, readable, low power.
All right, hold on. I had 3 people in there. First of all, I heard, who did I hear? Oh, Eddie, Whiskey 4 Echo Bravo X-Ray. Eddie, you doing okay?
Yeah, doing very well. Got a few things done today. I love this nice weather. It makes you feel better. Thanks for doing the net and all you do for ham radio, Paul. And have a good one, W4EBS.
Yeah, we're making the world a better place for ham radio. That's what it is. Maybe that's our byword. Yeah, we're just having fun. You know that. And if you make things better, it's all the better because we're just having fun. And everybody, like I said, a lot of people have made a lot of changes to their stations over in the last 6 years, and it's a testimony to the interest they have in ham radio. So fun. Anyway, I heard. I think I heard. Who did I hear in there? Tim.
Roger, how you doing, Paul?
I'm doing great. I was down in your neck of the woods this morning with my wife, and over there in I don't even know what they call it. It's the old landfill area that they all filled in and they developed it with medical buildings.
Are you talking about the out here off of Jefferson Pike?
You're gonna mess me up with places. It's where there's a children's hospital down there in that same. It hasn't been fully developed yet. There's a children's hospital and a big medical office building. Really nice, and it's right next to a redeveloped landfill.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's first. I thought you was talking about the old dump over here off Jefferson Pike. Yeah, I know where you're talking about. I hope everything's going good for you.
Oh yeah, it's going great. Matter of fact, I was over there. I took my wife, and also took my dog with her because she got separation anxiety. So I took her with us, and I was walking her around the park there, and then I realized the park, the whole thing, that whole area was a redeveloped, a developed landfill area, which I didn't realize until I went out and looked. But there's a large gas extraction unit that's sitting. It's in a fenced area, about 10 by 20, that actually burns off excess gases, and it has pipes running down under the ground to release a methane gas from the ground. Hadn't seen one of those in a long time. Anyway, that was my big thrill of the day, was going out and seeing mechanical equipment. Anyway, that's Tim in Murfreesboro, Kilo Romeo 4 Alpha Zulu. Who else did I hear in there?
Kilo India 4 November Delta November David was on low power, didn't make it, I guess.
No, you did make it. I was hoping you'd come back with low power.
Well, there it is. There's the low power. I just didn't want to trouble the net with low power and you not be able to hear me though.
Well, it is registered. It's not even registering on the S meter on the radio, so it's kind of stingy on the display. But you've got a very good audio even on low power, dude.
Okay, Paul, I sure appreciate what you're doing there. And you was down in our neck of the woods today, huh?
Well, down in that general vicinity, we went down and back. It was just for a doctor's appointment, no big deal. But no, it's just nice down there. It's a really nice area in Murfreesboro. It's getting busy like everywhere else around here, though.
That's right, sir. Good evening. I appreciate all you do. Okay, I'm for Indy, and thank you, Paul.
Very good. That was David in Reedyville, Kilo, India, 4 November, Delta November. He was on low power. It wasn't even 5-watt night, and he was on low power. Who else is Sal?
W0GZR, Mark in Nashville.
All righty, Sal. We'll call it South Nashville. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good.
Very good. I'd much rather see if I had a choice, and I'm sure you would too. If I had a choice, I'd drive to Murfreesboro before I drive into Nashville.
I don't know. They're both pretty clogged anymore. I was in Murph last week, and yeah, they have as many problems there as they do here, I think.
Oh, they do have lots. Yeah, they're just. Well, actually, the problem getting down there is easy. I mean, Murfreesboro is a nice, easier ride from here in Mount Juliet, but it's Nashville is, that interstate is, once you hit the split when you hit Nashville, and then you get no matter, it seems like no matter what it's 4 in the morning or 4 in the afternoon, it's clogged up between that split going over towards the 440 and going to downtown. It's always busy.
Who's the genius that put 3 interstate highways to come together at about the same spot near downtown? Hmm?
Why do we blame some dead presidents?
I think it's probably political.
I don't think they expected Nashville to become the megalopolis that it will be.
Stay tuned. No one will ever know.
Oh yeah, I hope. I hope I live long enough to see it, but I don't really, because Nashville is not quite prepared for the mess that they're going to encounter in the next 10 years.
And they don't care about preparation either.
Oh, they do care. They just ain't got the money to care.
Yeah, or they don't want to tax us to death either. Oh well.
Well, just to give you a clue, Miami had worse problems. I was there in 98, 99, and they went to they really do have some terrible problems, or had. I don't know what they got now, but they had terrible problems with traffic. And they went to the feds and they said, we need, I forget what they said, 500 million, a billion, whatever. They said, we need this for road improvements in Miami because we're dying over here. And the feds told them, Department of Transportation essentially told them these words. They said, listen, Atlanta came to us and they said, we need $1 billion, whatever the number is. And we've got $1 billion in hand. We didn't need we need matching funds for this. And then he said, Charlotte came to us needing 500 million. And they had 250 million in hand. You come to us with empty hands. You get nothing.
Yep. We could talk about this all night, Paul.
Oh, I know, but it's fun to watch, though. It really is, because it's not fun to drive in it when things will get worse, and they will get worse in the next couple of years. I think, if to quote a famous Tennessean, Al Gore, it's going to reach a tipping point, and it ain't going to be fun. Anyway, that was Mark, and I don't want to pursue that too far. Whiskey Zero GZR. He's in Nashville. Who else is south?
KK5 Lima on 5 watts.
5 watts. That's Michael, isn't it?
Roger that. Roger that. Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you just fine, loud and clear. It's a little fuzzy, but not even worth mentioning, really. You have good audio. You're doing fine. Are you on 5 watts on an HT, or are you on a base unit on a nice antenna?
I'm on my base unit with the good antenna.
Oh, yeah. No, it's perfect here. Hold on. Michael, are you still in the car? The other Michael, I'm sorry. No, it must not be. KM4 wire. I was just trying to see if I could find somebody. Anybody else copying Michael on the 5 watts down in Murfreesboro? Am I getting any answers?
Well, I'm in Antioch.
Okay, well, Antioch, it's even better. It's even closer.
Loud and clear up here, KB down or KK.
All right, you're very good up in the northwest Wilson County there, or north of me, about 6 or 7 miles. So you're doing pretty good, Michael.
Roger that. Yeah, certain directions I do pretty well. In some places, I got a hump that gets in the way, but
We're usually pretty good. Thanks.
Ah, very good. That's Michael. He's in Antioch. I made a mistake on that. Murfreesboro. I hated it. I hope I didn't insult you with the Murfreesboro.
No, I'd probably rather be in Murfreesboro, to be honest with you.
Oh, I don't know. Antioch's not too bad. You know, every area has its advantages, disadvantages. You know, it's kind of like people say, I want to go live farther out. And then when they realize I've done it, live farther out, they go, man, I got to go a long way to get a loaf of bread.
Roger that. Yeah, you got to weigh it out on what you want, because I think we're getting ready to sell this place and move outside of Davidson.
Ah, very good. Yeah, I think a lot of people might be doing that. Still, in spite of what they talk about with the taxes that they're proposing, it's still taxes are low here compared to many, many states. So, well, Florida is about the same as we are here, relatively low taxes. But a lot of places got much worse taxes than here, and you don't get much for it. Anyway, that was Michael in Antioch, Kilo 5 Lima. Who else is Sal? Over to the east.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Zulu Hotel, India. James and Mount Juliet.
Yeah, you're sounding good, James. Loud and clear. Everything all right?
Yeah, doing good.
Fantastic. Nice and cool weather. That's the best part.
Love that weather.
Yeah, I do. I love it. It's not so much fun when it gets to below freezing or something, but I tend to like it because I was born and raised in a very cold climate. Who else is east? Please come in.
Kilo India 4, Sierra India Bravo, and Kilo India 4, Sierra Oscar Romeo.
Very good. Richard, you home tonight, I take it?
I is.
Sounds good. Everything sounds great over there. You and Stephanie doing all right?
We're both tired, but we're plugging right along. I'm 40 hours to death over here. Not wanting to, but that's just the way it's working out. Y'all carry on. Take care. 73s. Hope everybody's staying healthy. Back to net.
Yeah, it could be worse. My wife was some of the people where she works there. Mandatory 10 hours or mandatory 12-hour shifts.
The mail must go through.
Yeah, it just keeps coming and coming, as they say.
And Christmas is right around the corner.
Oh, not to mention voting season.
Yeah, that's going to be a nightmare on any street.
Nah. You know what's funny is that all of that, they say they were worried about that mail. If every person in the United States who's eligible to vote used the mail system, for their voting instead of going to the voting booths, that would be worth 1 day's mail volume for the USPS Postal Service.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not like it's a big stretch for them to handle 1 more day's of mail.
Yeah, but and you got to think too that it's not all going to hit at the same time either.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not really. It's I'm telling you, it'd be like adding a couple of more parts to your load on a work day. In your case.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't even notice that.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is they were making a big deal out of it. It's really nothing. The Postal Service, when you consider how much, I don't even know how much mail they handle, but you can figure it out. 1 day's mail is just 250 or 300 million pieces. So, and it's amazing how much mail moves through that system, and it does it very efficiently. And to say otherwise is it's kind of dumb. Anyway, that was Richard, KI4SIB and KI4SOR. Stephanie, they're in just a little bit west of downtown Lebanon. Who else is east?
Whiskey Delta 4, Bravo Whiskey Charlie.
Hey, Jeff. Can't write and talk at the same time, so I was trying to make it. You're doing all right over there in Lebanon?
Doing fine, sir. How are you?
Very good. How are the Nets going on Tuesdays? I haven't been on there in a long time.
They're doing. They're doing. They're doing. I'm gonna have to email you something.
All right. By the way, how's that? Are you doing? Did they move some of it back to the WLYR repeater? Because I heard that's back up.
Yeah, it's back up, but we're still deciding.
Okay. Very good. I'm just curious. That's all. I just, it's a decent repeater. Of course, that's a 2-meter, and you guys are all on the 70 centimeters, are you not?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Anyway, that's Jeff in Lebanon. Whiskey Delta 4, Bravo, Whiskey Charlie. Who else is east? No one else east. How about over to the west? Over to the west. Over to the north.
KB9RKK, Frank in Northwest Mount Juliet.
Very good, Frank. So you're able to heal everybody tonight?
Well, everybody that I caught, I got up here a little bit late, but yeah, no problems here in some of the other ones. Now, I don't know if you heard me when I first came back to you. I realized I was on 0% power.
I don't know if I may have heard that, but I don't think I did. But you heard? Did you hear Rick over there in Ashland City?
I missed that, but he always gives me about S7 or so, so he's usually no problem at all for me.
Oh wow, that is amazing. Though, that would be so good for you to him, and it's about the same distance from you to him as it is from me to him. And I've got a good elevation. What is your elevation again?
It's 632, and then I'm about maybe 30 feet high above that.
Oh, so you're not too bad. You're up at 650 or so. Because I'm at 686 plus the 25 feet. So I'm a little over 700 at this point. But I'm just amazed that yours is so much. Your signal, his signal to you is so much better.
Yeah, it's really the only. I mean, it's probably the only anomaly. Like, for example, you hear, like, watching YouTube, you're hearing some of those people south that I can hear them, but they're not like full quieting and clear like they are on your system. And I think it's because there's something in the way, especially to Murfreesboro.
Yeah, I think there is. I'd have to look at that elevation profile again. Let me make a note of that, so I'd like to see what that is. Because you're right. You're right. Yeah, I mean, you hear stations, but that's what's interesting. You hear him better than I hear Rick.
Yeah, and the other thing that's crazy is I can hear Earl in my mobile in my driveway, no problem.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, his signal has gotten better over time down there from Noreen. But yeah, let me move on. Let's see. That's Frank, Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo, and he's in Northwest Wilson. Who else is north?
Kilo Echo 4, Romeo Victor, Quebec.
There's the workhorse, Brent. How you doing?
Basically the same thing Richard is, working all the time.
Yeah, me too. I'm working at doing nothing, and that's a lot harder, actually.
Actually, my few days off, Paul, I just sort of sat there and stared into space.
Well, I know. I think a lot of people, when you're still working the long days?
Yeah, I worked the 2 long days, but now they got me like going in on midnight one night, and then switching around to second shift the next night.
Yeah, that kind of stinks. Yeah, you don't get real motivated to get involved in too much on your days off when you got a screwy schedule.
Yeah, by the end of it, you're just sort of sitting there going blah, blah, blah,
blah. Many moons ago, I used to work 12 hours a day on construction when we had daylight. It was down in Florida, so we'd start at 6 and end about 6:30 at night. And by Friday evening, I think my wife had to hold my head up to keep my face out of the mashed potatoes.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's like, you want to do something? No, not at all.
Oh no, I used to go sit on the patio and I just fall asleep just sitting there, within minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely a prescription for insomnia.
Well, I think there'd be a lot less rioting and protests if people actually had jobs, don't you think? Like that.
Yeah, they got to quit paying them $600 a week to sit at home.
Oh, I keep forgetting about it. They don't pay me $600 a week to sit at home from. Anyway, I get paid in different ways, but not from the government.
Yeah, they don't pay me anywhere near that to work.
No, that's amazing. Anyway, that was Brent. He's in Northwest Wilson. Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec, and good signal tonight, Brady. You really sound good. Who else is north?
WB0NOO, Mark in Northwest Wilson.
You sound good as well, Mark. Everything all right with you?
Doing good. Kind of like you, getting tired of not doing anything.
Well, when the center of your life, not that it's bad, is your spouse. My wife's still working, and the dogs, and mowing the lawn. That seems like a silly priority list.
Yeah, then I got somebody else to mow the lawn.
Ah, very good. Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe it. Is your lawn that big?
No, it's not that big. That's why I have somebody else do it. They don't charge much.
Well, there's a method to that madness. I mean, for several years when I was in Florida, I had somebody else mow the lawn because it was just easier because I worked some crazy hours and it was just easier to have somebody else do it. And you're right, it wasn't that expensive.
Yep. All right. Well, good net. I'm hearing most everybody, and I hear Rick, by the way, up in Ashland City. My theory is that he comes right down the river.
Well, that's some squiggly RF going down the river.
Yeah, but maybe so. Who knows?
No, I think it helps. You're right. I mean, I think when there's waterways in the way, in the path, I think it does help the signal. I've seen that in other places.
Yeah, I have too. Kind of like it ducks it, like a little ducting right down the cool water.
Yeah, I had when I lived in Niagara Falls for 2.5 years when we were on Simplex. If you're at all familiar with that area, I was up towards, right near the Niagara Falls. And because I was just a little bit, I was in path that when my signal went out, it kind of went straight up. Well, it's actually down, it's going south. But down south the river, down towards and into Lake Erie. And I could get all the way down, 30, 40, 50 miles south of Buffalo. I could go 40, 50 miles with not a great elevation because it's very flat there. But it just seemed that path was perfect over the water in the lake.
Yep. Well, I used to live one exit west of you on a hill about the same as yours, and when I first moved to Nashville, but it worked really well up there. I'm kind of in a hole now. I'm only at 510 feet.
Yeah, that's why you need a 200-foot tower.
Right. Neighbors would love it.
I know. Well, we got to work with what we got. It's that simple. That was Mark, Whiskey Bravo Zero, November Oscar. He's up there by the Weather Bureau in Northwest Wilson. Anybody else north?
Alpha 4 Delta Echo. Daniel, Mount Juliet.
Hey, Daniel. You doing all right?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You guys that working out of the house, it's like being retired, isn't it? Except you got to work at home.
Yeah. Paychecks are better than being retired.
Yeah, they are. Still got to produce, though.
Yeah, I work 7 to 3, so it's really rough.
Well, as I was telling Chris earlier today, I have worked from home, and it was bad in the sense. Now, I did get to go out of the house. I had to make calls and go see people and do all kinds of things, but there was several, because the work's at the home, my office was in the house. I mean, at night, when I came home at night, I was actually coming home to the office. There was very many times I was working after hours, even though I really didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I'd say, I'll just do that now at 8 o'clock at night. So it's like you're never away from the office.
Yeah, I do that. Plus, I'm on call 24/7, so I'm here.
Yeah, well, I've been down that road for many years. I worked in the service area for most of my life, and so I was kind of used to the 24. Well, it was all at the time. It was all on beepers. I had a cell phone after a while, but I was on beeper call 24 hours a day. One time, I've got to tell you this. One time, I got a call by an answering service we had, and they called me, and I was sleeping. I woke up and said, "Yeah." So they told me, and they go, "Okay, it was a radio, it's a TV station in town." So I called up the main control center and the TV station. So what's up? So it was somebody else that called, and whoever it was. I said, "Okay, I'll wait." And while I was waiting for the guy to come to the phone, I fell asleep. Fell back asleep with the phone in my ear, up against the pillow. And I woke up when I heard hello, 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 hello. And I woke up, I was dead asleep. Again, I went, "Who is this?" He said, "This is the state." And he told me, "Oh yeah, yeah. What do you got?"
I haven't been quite that bad yet. No promises.
No, it was just funny that I fell back asleep. Anyway, that was Daniel here in Mount Juliet, Alpha 4 Delta Echo. Who else? Anybody else north?
In 4 LLC from the east.
Hey, you got a good signal there. How you doing?
Doing pretty good down here. Missed the east call a minute ago. We've been mobile for a little while, so and I'm running the 7-1.
Ah, where are you mobile right now? Because your signal is very good.
No, I'm not mobile. I'm in my usual spot. How's it? It's usually where I'm standing right now. You usually tell me it's about maybe an S2.
Well, the display on this radio, it doesn't even show anything. I don't. But your audio is exceptionally good. I would have expected it to be an S2, S3, S4 because the audio is very strong.
Yeah, on this little radio, the audio seems to be pretty good, but sometimes the signal can be pretty low.
Yeah, no, I got you. Well, it's good. Again, that's like I say, it's just an indication. As far as I'm concerned, the signal you have tonight, even on 7, you said it was 7 watts.
Yeah, 7 watts.
Yeah, on 7 watts, you're doing great. I mean, as long as you're communicating well and the signal's clear and concise, and there is some hash in the background, but for 7 watts, and you're in Lebanon tonight.
Yep, in Lebanon. That's my usual QTH.
Okay, no, very good. Just want to make sure, Logan. Anyway, that's Logan in Lebanon, November 4, Lima, Charlie. Good signal, though, on the HT, though, from Lebanon. Who else is, where was I? North. Anybody else north? How about late check-ins?
Kilo 4 Oscar Fox Oscar.
I think I had a double in there, but Donnie won. That was Donnie. It was Kilo 4 Oscar Foxtrot Oscar. You copied the Logan pretty good, I'll bet you.
Yeah, you're a little scratchy, but I could understand clearly.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Have you been on long? Have you been listening very long?
No, not really. I was just late. James beat me. I was fixing to check in. I heard James key up, and I said, I'll just wait, check in late.
No, I got you. I just want to make sure. That's all. I just wonder if you how your signal strength was down there to some other people. But I realized that everybody can't be in there from the beginning. Who else is? Good to have you in there, Donnie. That's Kilo 4 Oscar Foxtrot Oscar. Who else is? Any place anywhere?
Okay, 4 HQ and Whiskey 4 Mike Uniform Foxtrot.
All right, I had about 4 people in there. Jimmy, hold on. There was somebody else besides Jimmy, and I had Stan in there. Stan, everything all right over here in Irvin, Lebanon?
Doing good, Paul. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Had a good dinner, and I'm feeling good, and I exercise, and made me a little tired, but it's a lot easier to exercise in cooler weather than it is hot weather.
Yeah, roger that.
All right, very good. That's Stan in Lebanon, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and I think I heard Whiskey 4 Mike Uniform Foxtrot. Isn't that who that was, Jimmy?
Yes, sir, that's me. I'm Jimmy over here on the east side of Mount Juliet, and how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good considering it's just such cool, nice weather. I hate to be not. I should feel like sitting on the front lawn all day or something.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, I just out of curiosity, I put the antenna analyzer on this Chinese version of the X700 that I got mounted here, and the resonant point is 140.5 megahertz.
Oh wow, that's not good.
Well, that means I got to trim the darn thing, which means I got to take it down.
Yeah. You think that it's funny because on the 2 meter side, if you ever noticed, every single one of the 2 meters, when you look at their charts, it centers on 146.52.
Yeah, I guess they designed it that way, but the Chinese apparently didn't read the Diamond's instructions or whoever makes the antenna. Maybe they misinterpret them.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, you have a good signal, and you copy pretty well from all over, don't you?
There's several stations that I was just not hearing. I didn't hear Logan at all.
Well, you may have between you and Logan. Seems to me there's a ridge going east. It's pretty substantial, about midway.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I know that Richard had complained, and we looked at that ridge going west, going over towards your area, and going over towards northwest Wilson. That ridge is pretty substantial, but Richard solved it by just jacking up his antenna another 30 feet.
Wow, I wish I could do that.
Anyway, that's Jimmy up here in northeast Mount Juliet. Whiskey 4 Mike Uniform Foxtrot. It's interesting that off-brand antenna that looks like a diamond, but it's sold on eBay. I mean, not eBay, but Amazon, and it's marketed under the Harvest name. Wasn't that the Harvest one?
Yeah, the song marketed by Harvest. I think they had 2 of them. They had to get rid of them because they were afraid Diamond was going to sue them.
Well, are they not still on there?
Come again?
Are they not still on Amazon?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't know. I'll have to take a look. Anyway, it's he did put the analyzer on it, and instead of it being centered on somewhere in the middle of the band, it's down on 140. What did you say it was? 140 what?
It's 140.5.
Oh, that's terrible. It's not even in the band.
No, the SWR rises to about 2 to 1 by the middle of the 2 meter band.
Wow. It's hard to imagine that they did it that messed up. Anyway, see, what they did is they got you extra brass.
Yeah, thanks, Janet.
Very good. That's Whiskey 4 Mike Uniform Foxtrot Jimmy in northeast Wilson. I'm more northeast Mount Juliet. Anybody else late checking?
And 5 TAW, David and Madison.
Hey, David. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
I went to the Sevierville Ham Fest weekend back. Very disappointing.
Was there not much stuff on display?
Not a lot of vendors, a lot of stuff in the flea market area, but I was in and out in 2 hours, which is not a good indicator.
No, considering it's what, 4-hour drive?
Yeah, I went to the Tennessee Aviation Museum while I was there and sat in traffic for about an hour and a half. So other than that, it was fun.
Nah, even when Hamfests aren't great, it's still good to go out and see the stuff. You know, it just still is. Because I've been in and out of Hamfest in a matter of some of the smaller ones. You know, you're in there for an hour and you leave.
Oh yeah, it was just good to be around some folks, some ham radio people, see some vintage CB equipment and all that kind of stuff. So it was all right.
Was it turn out pretty good?
It was kind of spread out, so it's kind of hard to get a feel. But I don't think it was. I think they were anticipating maybe 750 to 1,000. I'd be surprised if it was half of that.
Yeah, you know what? The last couple, 3 of those ham fests there in Lebanon that the Wilson Club put together, they were getting 400 to 500.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
No, it's not shabby at all. For especially for not having any big vendors. I mean, we did have there were at least one regular MFJ vendor having some other stuff too, and a couple others. I forget who they were now, but yeah, no, it's a good idea. I was just hoping over the years it would get bigger, and here we are stuck with nothing this year.
I was just glad to be at a ham fest.
Well, there may be, keep your ears open. You may have heard that they may be having a like a tailgate event at the fairgrounds coming up in the next month or so, maybe 2 months. I forget what it is now.
Oh, really?
Yep, there may be one coming up. So keep your ears open. I'll have an announcement for you from my secret sources. No, not too secret, but yeah, they hope to have one not in a building, and so they're hoping for good weather.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that's David. He's in Gallatin, November 5, Tango Alpha Whiskey. Who else? Any place, anywhere, late chicken?
Madison.
I'm sorry, Madison. How come I get that wrong? Who is now I forget who the heck is in Gallatin.
Justin.
Justin's in Gallatin. There you go. I don't know how I get that messed up. Madison. Now I got to replace you in my mind where you're located. Anyway, that's David in Madison, November 5, Tango Alpha Whiskey. Who else is any place, anywhere?
Kilo Delta. Hey, it's 4FAX, Otis Hendersonville.
I had a double in there, but I think I heard, hold on, Otis. I think I heard Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Did I get that right?
That is correct, Paul. You done a great job there. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee down here in Shelbyville. Good evening, everyone.
Good solid signal. Are you using the beam?
Yes, I'm on the beam tonight. I'll sign up what I'm on. I have another antenna that I built myself in the garage. Every once in a while I'll jump over on it.
Yeah, no, it sounds great. Well, you also sound pretty good under pretty good conditions on the vertical, so you're doing real good.
Yes, sir. I've been listening a good while. You got a good net going on there. Good evening, everyone. I'll turn it back to you there. Don't have much to say tonight. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee, otherwise known as Shake Rag. Good evening.
Yeah, very good. That's Ed, and he's in Shake Rag near Shelbyville. Kilo Delta 4 Zulu Golf Yankee. Next up was Otis, Kilo November 4 Foxtrot Alpha Extra. Still there, Otis? Yo, Otis. You check in and check out. Maybe you want to get a cup of coffee. Anyway, that was Otis in Hendersonville, Kilo November 4 Foxtrot Alpha Extra. Any other late chickens? Oh, try that again because I'm not copying. I got really down in the mud on the audio. One more time, please. Any late check-ins, please come now.
I believe you're saying KK5 Lima.
Let's try it. Was that KK5 Lima? Yeah, I'm not getting any copy on that. How about you there, Don?
I can barely read him, but I can can hear him a little bit, a lot of static.
One more time if you can do it. Move over and upward somewhere.
W3JCH.
Ah, very good. Whiskey 3, Juliet, Charlie, Hotel, and I forgot your first name. Again, please.
This is Justin, operating mobile up in Gallatin.
Ah, very good, Justin. I'll get that straight one of these days. I apologize for not making the connection there. So you're mobile tonight, though. How much power are you running on that?
50 watts, but I do notice I am not receiving the signal anywhere near as well as I usually am, and I'm sitting in the exact same spot in the driveway that I usually am too. So I don't know what's going on tonight, but the couple of signals I've heard are strong. But you're probably you're coming into me about half as powerful, it seems, as you normally are.
Well, tonight I'm even using more. I normally am on 50 watts, and tonight I'm on 85 watts. So you should. Obviously, you're using the same antenna.
That's correct. Yeah, exact same setup as every Wednesday and Saturday that we hop in and check in.
You need to get 18-inch tires instead of 16.
That's a copy. Yep, these a couple inches short. That's always the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. No, I don't have any advice for you other than could be some bad conditions between locations today. I can't imagine why, because everyone else seemed pretty good tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I mean, you never know what's kind of going on between there, the ionized air, and it could be all kinds of things. But it is 2020, so who knows what all could be happening.
Yeah, very good. That's Justin, Whiskey 3, Juliet, Charlie, Hotel in Gallatin. It actually a good signal to me. You have a good audio coming in here tonight, and he's mobile tonight. Who else? Anybody else late checking? Anybody anywhere? No. Say again. Who is that? I keep doubling with somebody. Anybody? Please come in. All right. Dang, is there anybody there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. That must be Richard.
What's left of me? I heard the last fella in Gallatin real well. However, hearing, I can't remember the fellow's name, that was in northeast Mount Juliet was scratchy on me for some reason, but the fellow in Gallatin was better quality, sound quality. And I'm just kind of thinking maybe there's some kind of weird atmosphere going on somewhere or something.
Well, keep in mind, remember that you had the same issue going west due to that ridge that's just due west of you on 70, remember? And that's between you and Jimmy, who's up there right off of, right just on the south side of Lebanon Road.
Yeah, that's true. Well, okay. You just woke me up. That bling mountain between me and Mount Juliet is just dead west of me. It's probably the culprit.
Well, it is to Jimmy, I'm sure. I don't know what was the other one you said?
Gallatin.
Oh, Gallatin, you got good though, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, but there's not as much terrain between me and Gallatin, I don't guess there is between me and Mount Juliet parts.
Well, no, your elevation with your antenna is pretty high, and you're way above the river. And where he is, I'm not sure where he is exactly in Gallatin, but his elevation is way above the lake and the river.
I've never dreamed on VHF and UHF that things would get so out of whack for little or nothing, but I'd have been wrong. Y'all carry on. Thanks for what you do. Talk to you in a bit, KI4SIB.
Yeah, very good. I've heard that from several people, and me included, that you wouldn't expect there to be atmospheric conditions locally on UHF, VHF, well, particularly on VHF, but there is. It makes a heck of a difference. Anyway, anybody else late check-ins before we move on?
N4 mobile.
N4, which was it? What was that again?
November.
There was November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor. Very good. How are you tonight?
Good. Just out about headed to the house.
Very good. Is this John? What's your first name again, please?
Alan.
Alan. Dang it. Like I said, I do much better remembering names after I meet them in person. It's just that the face association with the voice and the call usually comes together pretty good. So I apologize for that, Alan. You're in Lebanon tonight?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing you. There's a lot of noise here for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Well, there's quite you usually sound much better than this. You're not doing anything different, are you?
No, I'm in the truck. I'm mobile.
Oh, mobile. Okay, very good. Whereabouts mobile?
In Lebanon.
Okay, well, you should be coming in gangbusters over to me, but you got quite a bit of it sounds like interference.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. That's what I said. I'm having a hard time hearing you too.
Huh. Yeah, because I got 85 big watts coming out of this machine. Dang, I just touched the heat sink. I almost burned myself. Anyway, good to have you in there, Alan. That was Alan in Lebanon, November 4, Juliet Alpha Victor, and that was number 31. Anybody else before we move on? No sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, scanner listeners, preppers, end-time survivalists, any of those? Well, very good. That was a grand total of 31 that we eked out of the net tonight. Good to have everybody in there. Conditions were kind of weird in some areas. We're going to move over unless there's some objection or late check-in. We're going to move over to the 10 meters on 28.415. Any late comments or remarks? Very good. We're going to move over there momentarily. I'm going to try to get this. We're right there in a moment. K4P. All right, this is Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey with the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net on 10 meters. We're going to be starting over again to the west. Please come now.
No.
Ah, very good. Got you in there, Don. That's November 4, Delta Juliet Tango. Who else west? All right, we got KG4CXE, Chris and Donaldson. Who else is west? Anybody else west? Please come in.
KG4ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Very good, Jack. That's Jack and Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor. Anybody else west? Please come in. Anybody else west before we go to south? West or south? Please come in. All right, Kilo 4, Oscar, Foxtrot, Oscar. Got you in there, Donnie. I don't know what happened. I did there, but I knocked that over. Knocking over my camera here. It's K4PW. Looking for anybody else west or south? Is there anybody copying that station? I don't think I got a copy. One more time. One more time. Well, maybe hearing things. Anybody else west, south, or east? East, please come now. All right, north, south, east, or west?
KB9RKK, Frank and Mount Juliet.
Ah, very good, Frank. The lone voice in the wilderness. Very good. That's Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo. Anybody else north, south, east, or west?
KN4, FAX, Otis.
Ah, very good. Got you in there, Otis. Sound good. Anybody else north, south, east, or west? I'm still hearing voices out there. I don't know if that's local or DX. Frank, are you copying anything?
No, I'm not hearing those people.
Well, like I said, it could be those voices in my head again, but I am hearing something out there. Maybe it's just noise. All right, very good. Anybody else? North, south, east, or west? Please come in. All right, then we'll close out the net. A little slim on the 10 meters tonight, but we'll take what we got. It's Otis, Kilo November 4, Foxtrot Alpha X-ray. We've got Frank, Kilo Bravo 9, Romeo, Kilo in Northwest Wilson. For Otis was in Hendersonville. Don, Donnie, Kilo 4, Oscar, Foxtrot Oscar, here in Hermitage, south of me. Jack, Kilo Golf 4, India Lima Victor in Donaldson. And we got Chris, Kilo Golf 4, Charlie X-ray Echo in Donaldson. We got Don, November 4, Delta Juliet Tango in Bon Aqua, and myself, Paul, Kilo 4, Papa Echo Whiskey. That's a grand total of 7. A lucky number. All right. You guys have a great night. K4PW closing on that.